Websites are one of the biggest things that holds wedding photographers back from booking the clients they deserve. So today, I am going to point out the biggest issues I see and how you can fix them on your own website. We're looking at what I'm calling the 3 C's: curate, copy, and compel. The problems I'm pointing out likely fall into one of these 3 categories. Let's start with curation. Curating your work is one of the most important things you can do to draw in the clients you want. Many of the problems surrounding curation is that photographers include far too many photos on their homepage and in their galleries. And the photos they do include are either outdated or they're not representative of weddings they want to book in the future. Additionally, some of these photographs might genuinely be the wrong choice to include because of a reason I'll talk about in a few moments. So how do we go about fixing the curation problem? Well, it's easier said than done, but the solution is really simple. Less is more. We want to include photos that first and foremost are representative of weddings we want to photograph in the future. If you're tired of photographing barn weddings, stop showing photos of weddings at barn venues. Show what you want to shoot. Less is best. Keep it simple, narrow down your work to include only the strongest images based on the type of weddings you want to photograph going forward. With that, make sure you're consistent in your imagery. If your work looks drastically different from image to image, then no one is going to hire you because they can't be sure of the style of photos you'll deliver. So stay consistent in your editing. Be careful about what photos you're including in your portfolio as well, because as I mentioned earlier, some might genuinely be the wrong choice to include. The reason being is that we are part of these moments we're photographing. We understand the context surrounding each photo. But visitors hitting your website don't have the same contextual understanding of a photo. They don't know the people, what this moment was like, or the emotions leading up to it. So as you're considering images for your site, make sure each photograph is able to stand on its own. Take a step back and look at each picture. Does it tell a complete story? If you're seeing it for the first time, do you understand what's occurring? Can you feel the emotion in the photograph? And will your ideal client be able to visualize themselves in this moment or photograph? Now let's take a look at copy. If you don't know what copy is, it's simply all of the paragraphs and words used on your website. One of the biggest pages photographers struggle with is the About page, followed by the homepage. Let me let you in on a little secret. The About page is not about you. It's actually about your client. Here's another secret. No one cares.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one cares about when or how you started your photography business, how much you love, and that photographing weddings is your favorite thing. And they don't care that you love a good taco and Diet Coke. No one cares.
Nobody cares.
Listing those things are not going to convert your prospective clients. Instead, you want to focus on telling a story that delivers the reason you do what you do. Hook them in and give them insight into your journey. Want to read some examples of great About pages with solid copy? Go check out the photographers I've left in the description of this video. The other mistake that photographers make when it comes to copy is having way too much of it. People typically scroll through and catch headlines while also looking at photos. If your headline interests them but is then followed by hundreds of words because you rambled on for far too long, you probably should re-examine that copy and be more concise.
No one wants to hear your rambling.
Everything that is written should be clear, concise, and speak to your target client. And don't forget about featuring enough reviews. Those reviews are a key element in helping convert website viewers to leads and ultimately to a paying client. I'd recommend scrolling back through all the reviews you've collected and pick out 1 or 2 sentences from a handful of reviews that you can feature across your site. Try not to repeat any reviews either. Pay attention to similarities in your reviews. For us, we noticed a lot of people were mentioning how comfortable we made them feel, and so that's what we focused on throughout our website. Remember, keep your copy short and sweet, and this goes for reviews as well. Bite-sized reviews that are easy to read and remember will be helpful when people scroll through your website. Finally, let's take a peek at our final C, convince and compel. It's 2 C's, I guess, which ultimately mean the same thing. You want everything they experienced on your website to either convince them or compel them to reach out. A compulsion to reach out is ideal because it's something they must do. Convincing them is less ideal simply because they aren't 100% sold on you yet, but really want to find more information.
I need more information.
So how do we convince and compel? Well, by doing everything I've already mentioned, along with making sure that you have a cohesive brand in place in order to appear professional. This brand should reflect your ideal client and the market you're targeting. Your website should be designed well and flow properly, leading people through your website from seeing a snapshot on your homepage and finishing in the contact page with them dropping an inquiry. If you're able, I'd recommend using a design program like Showit and hiring a pro designer to create a cohesive brand and website. Or you can purchase pre-designed websites from places like Davey and Krista or Tonic Site Shop. Don't forget about calls to actions within your pages either. These call to actions will help them move throughout your website and ultimately lead them to your contact page. One of the biggest mistakes we see are websites that are not mobile friendly and have slow loading times. So please please get a mobile-friendly website. It's one of the reasons we love Show It, because we can design our mobile site separately from our desktop site. It doesn't just auto layout like on all those other design platforms, which means we can make our website look exceptional on both desktop and mobile. Slow loading times are also a factor in people clicking away because they don't want to wait to load. You have less than 7 seconds to hook viewers once they hit your site. And if the page is taking too long to load, guess where they're going? Yeah, somewhere else.
Bye-bye.
Interested in hearing some tips from a professional web designer and marketing expert? My friend Davey of Davey and Krista breaks down 3 tips for better websites in this video that I highly recommend you watch here.